established in 1985. We have completed nearly 38 years, and the college is offering 9 undergraduate programs and 4 postgraduate programs, and also college is offering full-time PhD program, and we have an excellent placement programs, and nearly 90% of the eligible students will be placed in various multinational companies, and at an average 85% of the student will pass in distinction and first class. They have a good and Lord Alani situated in various places in the global, and they are helping us in building this college for various activities.
Dr. R. Praveen Sir, Professor and Head of ECS Department. Emerging Technologies in Computer Science Department is offering 3 programs: CSBS, Computer Science and Business Systems; CSM, Computer Science and Engineering with Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning; CSD, Computer Science and Engineering with Data Science. We have an MOU with ECS which is offering CSBS course.
Allied Engineering College is established in 1985. We have completed nearly 38 years, and the college is offering 9 undergraduate programs and 4 postgraduate programs, and also college is offering full-time PhD program, and we have an excellent placement programs, and nearly 90% of the eligible students will be placed in various multinational companies, and at an average 85% of the student will pass in distinction and first class. They will have a good and Lord Alami situated in various places in the global, and they are helping us in building this college for various activities.
Good evening to all the participants. We will start the session within a minute. Myself, Dr. Abid Naimuddin, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and the convener of this 1 week international level FDP. Honorable Chairman of G. Pullareddy Engineering College, Autonomous Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh, India, Sri P. Subbareddy Garu, respected Principal Dr. B. Srinivas Reddy Garu, Head of the department, Dr. K. Sri Gauri Madam. Head of the ECS department, Dr. R. Praveen Sam Garu. Head of the EC department, Dr. S. Nagaraj Rao Garu. Eminent faculty members, dear participants, good evening to all of you. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome all the participants to this 1 week international level faculty development program on Introduction to Artificial Intelligence during 9th October to 14th October 2023, organized by the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering in association with NI LabView Academy of GPREC, Department of Emerging Technologies in Computer Science and Department of EC. We start today's inaugural function with a prayer song by Miss G. Ritika Srija of 3rd Rupli.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरी तनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरी तनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसदाराताय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्डकण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरी तनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि. Thank you.
Thank you, Srija. Now I request Dr. K. Sri Gauri Madam, Professor and HOD of EEE Department, to inaugurate the FDP.
Good evening, all of you. Honorable Chairman Sri P. Subbareddy Garu, respected Principal Dr. B. Srinivas Reddy Garu, heads of various departments, eminent faculty members, and energetic participants from various engineering colleges, good evening to you all. I welcome you all to this 1 week international level faculty development program on Introduction to Artificial Intelligence. And this FDP is going to be held during 9th to 14th October 2023 and is organized by Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering in association with NI LabView Academy of GPREC, Department of Emerging Technologies in Computer Science, and Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. I am very happy to share that we got tremendous response from the participants. A total number of 1,612 participants across India, USA, Dubai, etc., has been registered for the FDP. This FDP is meant to disseminate the knowledge in the field of artificial intelligence with special reference to modern techniques. Artificial intelligence is not merely a subject of study. It is a profound and transformative force that is shaping the present and will undoubtedly shape the future. At its core, AI seeks to replicate or even surpass the human capacity for intelligent thought and problem solving using machines and computer systems. It is a multidisciplinary field that draws upon mathematics, computer science, engineering, neuroscience, and even philosophy to unravel the mysteries of human cognition and develop systems that can mimic and extend human intelligence. AI is not a novel concept. It has its roots in the early days of computer science when visionaries like Alan Turing laid the theoretical foundations for machines that could simulate human thought processes. However, what sets today's AI apart is the exponential growth in computational power, the vast availability of data, and breakthrough thoughts in machine learning algorithms. These factors have enabled AI to make strides that were once the stuff of science fiction. In practice, AI manifests itself in various forms from speech recognition systems like Siri and Alexa to recommendation algorithms on streaming platforms, from autonomous vehicles navigating our streets to the algorithms that power medical diagnostics and drug discovery. AI is beating the heart of modern technology and its applications are virtually limitless. AI has far reaching applications across numerous industries, including healthcare, finance, education, transportation, entertainment, and beyond. Its potential to automate tasks, enhance decision making, and drive innovation makes it one of the most transformative technologies of our time. Last but not the least, I thank all the resource persons for sparing their valuable time in bringing this event. I request all the participants to utilize this opportunity and get immense benefit from this FDP. I thank Dr. Abid Naimuddin sir, convener of this program, for giving me this opportunity. Now, I request Abid sir to take over the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
I take it a privilege to give brief about the FDP. Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science and technology focused on creating intelligent machines that can perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence. AI systems are designed to process data, learn from experiences, and make decisions autonomously. AI can be categorized into narrow AI, ANI, which excels in specific tasks like virtual assistants and recommendation systems, and general AI, that is AGI, a theoretical level of human like intelligence across various domains that has not been achieved yet. AI encompasses subfields like machine learning, which enables computers to learn from data, deep learning using artificial neural networks inspired by the human brain, natural language processing for understanding and generating human language, computer vision for interpreting visual data, and robotics for integrating AI with physical machines. AI has applications in healthcare, finance, education, transportation, and many other industries, automation, task enhancing decision making, and driving innovation. However, it also raises ethical and social concerns, including bias in AI systems and data privacy. Responsible and ethical AI development is crucial to harness its potential for the betterment of humanity. In this FDP, you will learn about the concept of artificial intelligence, opportunities, and its challenges. The duration of this FDP is a 1 week. A session per day has been scheduled between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. The sessions will be handled by experienced and experts from the industry persons. The detailed day-wise schedule has been already shared in the WhatsApp groups. With the support of our college management and NI Lab Academy, this FDP is going to start from today. I hope with all your support and encouragement, the FDP is going to be a grand success. Also, I request all the participants to utilize this opportunity and get benefit from the FDP. I request all the participants to stay online and use YouTube live chat box for any queries for the smooth conduction of FDP. Our coordinators will keep an eye on in the YouTube chat box, so your query will be answered in the last 10 minutes of the session. The feedback link will be shared at the end of the session in the chat window. Kindly submit the feedback which will be considered for the attendance. Let me end the report with a well-known quote. Let's go invent tomorrow instead of worrying what happened yesterday. Thank you very much. Now, I request Sri K. Vishnuvardhan Reddy sir, Associate Professor in the Department of ECS and co-convener of this FDP, to introduce today's guest.
Yes, good evening to everyone. I, A. Vishnuvardhan Reddy, Associate Professor of ACS Department and co-convener for this FDP. I take it privilege to introduce Mrs. Preeti Shinde. Ms. Shriti Prende graduated BTech in Computer Science and Engineering and holds MTech in Data Science and Engineering. She is a highly accomplished software engineer with 6 years of experience in the industry. She has a proven track record of leading successful software development projects from the conception to the launch. With a keen eye for detail and a commitment to delivering high quality products, she worked on product based companies. She works majorly in research projects. She filed US patents in analytical research work. She has an experience in time series data analytics, application development, Azure Cloud, .NET technologies. She also have experience in latest technologies like IoT, Azure ML Studio, and Digital Twin. Currently, she is working as a senior engineer at Knorr Brezhnev Technologies Center. And now I request Dr. Abid Naimuddin sir, convener of the FDP, to take over this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, I request speaker of today's session, Ms. Preeti Shinde, Senior Engineer, NOR Breast Technology Center, to start the session.
Thank you, Abid sir. Let me know if I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, I'm just stopping my screen.
Yes.
Please simply share entire window, madam, and
Yes.
press F5 so that it will be visible to in full screen mode.
Sure. Let me know if it is visible.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Reddy sir, for very detailed introduction of mine. So hello everyone. This is Preeti Shinde, and today we are going to discuss about digital twin and artificial intelligence and how these two great technologies can be integrated and then be used for enhancement of the industry. So and considering there are many students here, so I would also like to give some guidance on how you can pursue your career in research while working in the industry. So these are two main topics I'm going to discuss. This is agenda for the day. First, we'll discuss what is Industry 4.0. Then we'll have some small introduction about artificial intelligence and digital twin. And then we will see how these two can be integrated uh, with some use cases. And then, as I mentioned, we will also see how you can pursue your career in research in AI or ML. And then finally, for last 5 to 10 minutes, we'll have some question answer session. So let's begin. Till now, So since you have joined this session in last 15 minutes, we have heard multiple definition and example of artificial intelligence, and this technology is in boom today. Everywhere we have, uh, all of us must have heard this term at least once. So, but let's have a little look back and let's see how we have come so far, how this journey looks like. So uh, I would like to just give some explanation about what is Industry 4.0 and how we have reached till here. I'll not spend much more time here, but let's see. Starting from agrarian economy, the economy which was dependent on farming and raising animals. So the first industry shift happened in late 18th century, where uh, where industry was powered by water and steam. That was Industry 1.0. And then the industrial transition was happened at that time, and the next transition which was happened with the help of electrification in the industry, where we have started assembly lines and we introduced mass production, where the vehicles and all those things came into the picture. And then the digital era came, that is Industry 3.0, where computers came into the picture, and then automation, robots, these things came in the picture in late 20th century. And today we are Industry 4.0, where we use artificial intelligence and then IoT, all these technologies in the industry. So that's how the evolution happened. And then Industry 5.0 is all about the advancement in this artificial intelligence, where we look that humans and robots will work together. So we'll see how this artificial intelligence and digital twin is helping Industry 4.0 for the enhancement of current industry. I think we'll not spend much time here discussing what is artificial intelligence, as uh, you know uh, we we know really well, like artificial intelligence is nothing but it's a it's a mimic of human behavior. Anything which can mimic human behavior, that's AI. Uh, for example, okay, so let me discuss, or let me just considering there are students for multiple department. We'll just have a short introduction, like what is AI. But before that, we'll see what is deep learning and ML, and then how AI comes into the picture. So uh, from inspiration of human brain's neuron, uh, that small unit, that sort of unit is used for deep learning to train a model which is used for prediction. And then that we call as deep learning. So that is just a subpart of machine learning, and machine learning is nothing but training a machine to just learn from data and then predict something. For example, uh, we humans, we can easily predict whether it will rain today or not. Just seeing outside weather condition, then temperature, some wind, few parameters we take into the consideration, and we can just simply guess whether it will rain or not. Machine also can do the same thing using some statistical methods, and if we provide some data to it and we'll train, so machine also can do the same thing. Machine also can predict whether it will rain or not if we provide some temperature parameter, humidity parameter, and then some other parameters. So that we call as machine learning, where machine learns from the data. And then what is AI? So instead of we providing data to machine, if if there is a device which is capable of taking temperature as an input, which has sensor, temperature sensor, humidity sensor, which takes continuous input and get trained on that data, and then that machine predicts whether it will rain or not, instead of we interfering, or we telling the machine. So that is what is AI. So which is capable to sense and then predict. So that digital twin, we'll see the definition of digital twin. I believe this might be new for many of us. So let's see what it is. So physical digital twin is representation of any physical asset. So anything which we can represent, that is digital twin. But then why would we represent any physical asset? What is the purpose? What is the use? For example, I am representing any plane as a digital twin. So why to represent? So the reason to represent anything virtually, and the reason to represent anything virtually is we will get to know its condition, and then we can do some analytics on it. For example, there is a plane and I am representing it virtually. So what is the use? I can know that any sensor is failed, that plane sensor is failed, and I can go and tell the respective person, see, I have this I have this plane's digital twin, and I can see that there is a failure in one of the sensor for this plane. So that person can take necessary actions. So that is the one use of representing anything, any physical asset virtually. And then second use is analytics, that I have all this data, I have this census time series data, which I'm gathering time to time, and then I am predicting that this is very important sensor, but it might fail soon. So me going and telling that why don't you replace this sensor might fail. So that analytics can be done with this physical representation, and that's why we use digital twin, which represent any physical asset, and then which can be used to know its current condition, and then uh, even that data can be used for analytics. uh, yes, so as I mentioned, anything can be represented, but what exactly and how? So digital twin, we can model a smallest component like a sensor, a temperature sensor in the building can be a digital twin. We can also have a system of components. For example, you imagine your school building or any commercial building, and then it has many components like HVAC system, that is heating, ventilation, and cooling system, which has multiple equipments like chiller, boiler, and your room temperature, humidity, etc. Plus your fire system, which will have this fire alarm and everything, and then your security system. So many such systems are there, and then many components are involved. So when you represent any building, you can represent any building as a twin too. So that is another way, or that can be represented as a twin. And then a system of system, not just a single building, but your whole commercial area, which contains 10 building, or you can even say a city can be represented as a twin. So yeah, so the digital twin can be a smallest component, or it can be a system of system. We have discussed digital twin theoretically, and this is the landscape of digital twin looks like. And I have taken this image in, I think it was 2014 blog, so pretty old image. I think these numbers will be much more today, and you can see how it is being used uh, by multiple organizations. For example, you can see there are multiple solution providers in manufacturing industry like ANSYS, and then Siemens, and even in AES industry like Dassault. So this is the industry landscape of digital twin. And today we will focus, you can see in the bottom right corner, cloud service, Microsoft Azure. So today's our focus will be Microsoft Azure, uh, and we will see how we can use Microsoft Azure to build a digital twin and how it can be, used. So for those who don't know, Azure is a clouds platform which has bunch of services provided by Microsoft, which we use for development of the application, and then also deployment, and then maintenance of the application. So yes, uh, here on the PPT you can see that there are list of services which Microsoft provides, which we use to build a digital twin. So we'll just start understanding how. Like I have a building, and there are multiple sensors installed in the building, like temperature sensor and humidity sensor. Then what next? Like, how can I build a twin from that? So first thing is something called IoT Hub. This is Microsoft service which we use. What this IoT Hub does is it takes the census data to cloud. So I have some smart sensor. We call that IoT devices. So these devices are capable to send data to cloud, and this IoT hub collects this data, collect this census data. So we have reached the first step uh, in artificial intelligence, which we call IoT. Like, this IoT devices sends the data to cloud, and now this there is another Microsoft service called Azure Functions, which take this data and send to Azure Digital Twin. So Azure Digital Twin itself is a service provided by Microsoft, which uses DTDL language. This language we can use, and we use some attributes to define. We can tell, for example, that there are three buildings, A, B, and C. So these buildings, and then there is a manager, some XYZ manager, which controls this, which is the administrative of, which is administrator of these three buildings. So we define the relations. So this all three buildings comes under that person, and then A building has some 10 temperature sensors and then 10 humidity sensors, etc. All these attributes and their relations are defined in DTDL language, and that model is we can upload on Azure Digital Twin. So that model is uploaded. You can think of it as a skeleton there, and then we are pushing this data from IoT Hub, which we have collected using Azure Function, to the twin. So now my twin has buildings census data which is up to date. And then what I can do next is use other services like Event Hub and Azure Data Explorer. And these services help us to store that data. That's it, that the time series data will be getting stored, and that we can further use for analytical purpose. So I hope it is clear till now. But if you have any question, please note it down. We will discuss it at the end of the session. So let's discuss like how this digital twin and AI can be integrated and uh, can be used. So as we have discussed, this scenario where we have multiple components of the building, that is some HVAC sensors and then fire sensors, security system and plumbing system, etc. And we have represented its digital twin. And we have also collected its time series data. So now it is very easy for me to use that time series data, and I can predict the fault. I can say that this costlier equipment like chiller might get failed in next few days. So why can't you do some predictive maintenance? So by doing this, I can save the cost, that is and and then so yes, so it is for cost saving purpose and not just analytical. The time to time data is present, so I can just see the current condition of the assets or other important systems like security system. So this everything can be tracked, and uh, that details is used with while we present that those buildings as a digital twin. So this is one of the use case where digital twin and AI is integrated in building automation domain. So this is another use case, for all of you to understand it in more detail. Like maybe so for that purpose, I will just explain this another use case where we are combining digital twin and AI. So what we can do is, for example, there are multiple this is fleet management use case where we have multiple trucks which are being used for trip, and then there are multiple sensors for this truck. For example, trailer sensor which says some temperature alert which can give, or brake sensors, then route sensors, and then some fuel efficiency sensor, etc. So so this kind of sensors are installed for this truck, and whenever the trip is planned that particular uh, trucks, so manager can easily just keep track of those trips. And then if at all any sensor, for example, there is a trailer sensor which is showing alert, so manager can know that, and then this facility is there in digital twin that it will notify to user. So if I can just say that if this trailer's sensor, if this trailer's temperature is exceeding some particular value, let's send the notification to the manager. So having its virtual representation, manager will easily get notified about such alerts, and then it can notify driver that this trailer is showing alert, and why don't you stop, or take some preventive actions. So that is one of the example. Or for example, brake failure prediction. I can even predict whether this brake pad can be failed, or should be replaced. So this kind of analytics is done once I am having this data on the twin, which is getting stored, and and I can do the analysis on this time series data. So I think these two use cases uh, uh, I I have presented, and you can see this. You can also see the Azure data flow is given here. Like there are sensors data, which is getting stored, which is getting sent to IoT hub, and then using event grid function is consuming that data and sending it to digital twin, and then we are just sending that data to data explorer. This explorer will have facilities like storage and dashboard, where storage stores this data, and we can even make just one click. It is we can very efficiently we can make this data presentable and create dashboards from this data, which can be used for visualization purpose. So, and then there are, Azure Digital Twin just is uh, is one of the way you can create the twin. So now let's see research, some career, as I said earlier. So career in research. So Abid sir, should I take questions now related to technological topic, or should I continue?
You can continue. We are having 15 minutes more.
Okay, sir. So let me continue.
Yes.
So this is especially for students, as I have been part of research team, and there are some tips I want to share for the people who wants to pursue their career in research while they are working in the organization. So uh, there are two use cases, like that there could be two scenarios. Scenario one, where you're working in the organization, where you are provided some platform where you can come up with some use cases of your favorite topic, and or your the topic you are interested in to do research, and then you can just take it ahead and and get your organization support to do your research work. That is scenario one. Or scenario two, where you can say that you are you're not in such organization, or there are no such opportunity provided to you. Then can you how will you pursue your research interests? That's what we will discuss today. So let's go with scenario one. This mostly happen in the product-based companies, where you will have some domain, and then you will also encourage to come up with some use cases, some ideas, great ideas, which will help organization and as organization to grow their business in multiple ways. And then in that case, whenever you join any organization, or if you're currently part of any organization, understanding that organization domain is very very important, because once you know the domain well, then only you can uh, you can do any valuable research in that. For example, I talked about building a lot. Like, I have given example of sensors, building sensors, and then it happened with me too, that I was working in building automation domain, and then I had this idea of predicting fault, where I went to my manager and I told him that why can't let's do fault prediction of temperature. We will just predict whether this temperature sensor is faulty or not, whether it will become faulty or not. But then when that idea got into the progress, I have realized that predicting temperature fault was not providing much value to the organization, or was not providing, you know, uh, it was not really helpful as it should have been. But instead of same thing, if I do on predicting some costlier equipment like chiller, which that will help organization really well. So that was some fantastic idea. But you will know it only when you understand your domain really well, that predicting costlier equipment fault is much more valuable than uh, predicting some some sensors fault. So understanding your domain and really well is very important, and is key while you try to do work in research in your while you want to do research in your organization. And then with such use cases, when you have such use cases, you can really go ahead and file patents, and your organization helps you. Like, there are many organizations which will have this third party uh, collaborations, which helps you to file patents with such a unique ideas, which will help organization as well as you uh, for your growth in the career. So that is one part. And then so whether you want to file patent, or if you have any good idea and you want to file patent for it, if you're working in organization or even outside the organization, you have to understand what is POC. So uh, if I have idea of predicting sensors fault, so I can file the patent, but I will need a POC for that patent. So that is proof of concept, which organization needs. That is like, I might not get some 90% accuracy for that fault, but I have to say that okay, at least 40 to 50% accuracy is achievable, and this thing is feasible. So the feasibility of your idea is very important when you work on your own use cases in the organization. So that is one thing. And then yeah, this thing actually really depend on organization to organization. So the process are different in every organization. So you have to just keep track of it. And uh, yeah, so user perspective is very important, and wherever you are having any idea, you just have to you need to check uniqueness of that idea before even proceeding with that. So that's how you can do research with your organization. Then without organization, like this could happen to multiple uh, you know uh, uh, people, like they are working in the industry or they are working in the organization where they cannot really go ahead with the research, any research use case for that particular domain. Then what to do? Or for example, anybody here might like this digital twin and wants to create, but that kind of research is not there, or is being done by some other team, or you want to do it for some other use case. Then what can you do? So while you are part of some industry or some some organization, you can do publications, but with approval of your company. So I'm currently working at Norbremse, and I want to create a digital twin of building. Norbremse is in braking system, so the building domain is not at all related to them, and I have some great idea related to building domain. So I can really go ahead and create a twin, or if it is if there is anything unique idea I have, I can go ahead and do publications. But before that, I have to take permissions. And it is very important to follow these organizational guidelines, that making sure that while working in the organization, and if you are making any publications, you're not at all using anything related to your organization domain. So these kind of things has to follow, your organization's policy has to follow. But the important thing is you can do, so you can pursue your research career, even without without your organization. So that's the point I want to make. I think I have covered pretty much about digital twin and even this research with and without organization. I'm open to take questions now. Abid sir, do we have time for question answers, or
Yes,
should I
yes, yes.
conclude?
We have some 10 minutes of.
So if you have any questions, you can ask now, or you can even, this is my mail ID. You can mail me for any questions. Yeah.
So I got one question from the chat box. So,
Mhm.
how AI is helping on security system, madam?
So there could be some, actually, there could be some sensors in security system. I have been not closely part of that particular, system, but in security, for example, there are cameras installed, and you can do uh, anal- uh, analytics on that. If you're recording that data, and then some analytics is used to identify person. So for example, your security system is advanced, it will just capture your face and it will allow you to enter. So that's how it is used. So I have the camera which are used for identification, which is done based on the model, that whether you are authorized to enter into the building or not. So that's one scenario.
Yeah.
You can use AI in security system.
I request participants to post your questions in the chat window. So the feedback they are giving, very informative session.
Okay,
One more
thank you
question.
everyone.
One more
Yes,
question
yes, please.
from Lakshmi Reddy. Is it
Mhm.
AI lead upcoming generation?
Yes, of course it will lead upcoming generation, and it is leading currently. Like, it is evolving very fast, and it will surely lead. And even we discussed at the first slide that industry 5.0 is already emerging, and uh, we are it is aiming that robots and humans will work together for enhancement. So yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. One question from Rahul. What are the different programming languages used for artificial intelligence?
So Python is something which is popularly used for AI and analytics.
Okay.
But then there are other languages too, like R and all. So yes, but Python has many open source libraries, and Python is very easy too.
Okay. One question from Madhuri Kumari. Ma'am, will AI
Yes.
replace coders?
So I don't know if you have seen Narayan Murthy's video or not. It went very viral. So uh, if at all it will not replace completely. There are only few few jobs which are very, like, which can be automated easily. That will get replaced by AI, and not so soon. Replacing coders, AI replacing coders will completely replacing. I will use the word completely replacing coders. Will not happen so soon, if at all it happens.
Okay.
But no, not as of now.
One more question from Uma Gamar. What is the difference
Mhm.
between Twin and ChatGPT?
So Uma, chat GPT is a twin is like, you chat GPT is where it is like Google, where it is chatbot, which where you can put the questions and it gives answers. But twin is something, the representation, physical representation of some physical entity. For example, you are representing any plane, you are representing any building. So these two things are so that's how it is different. So ChatGPT is also AI model, but the purpose of these two is completely different, and the working of these two is also very different.
And next question from Mohammad Khamruddin.
Mhm.
In Azure data flow shown in the slides, which part does AI does prediction? Can you clarify, please?
So we have shown in slide that Azure Data Explorer cluster, which collects the data. So that's where you collect the time series data, and that Explorer will have dashboard facility and then storage facility. So you once you got this time series data, you can take it further for the analysis purpose.
Okay. One question from Nagoti Sai Soumya. What is the
Mhm.
role of AI in medical industry, ma'am?
So I think AI plays very important role, and it will play a huge role in the medical industry. Even there are people working on predicting cancer. So yes, there are multiple use cases in medical industry where AI can be used. One is this, like.
Okay. Next, one more question from Arvind Kant. Ma'am,
Mhm.
does AI leads to unemployment in future?
Uh-huh. Uh, I don't think so. If you people know that there was an era where people were saying no to computers, like no, we don't want computers because we are afraid that it will take over our job. But if you see today that it has given you know huge job opportunities. So same thing will happen. There might not be the same job opportunities after some 20 years when AI is there, but there are multiple opportunities. See, there will be people who will need to develop these AI models, and then there are many other things. So no, miss, uh, don't think that way. Like, there are always, if one opportunity closes, then there will be some 10 new opportunity with the technology. So yes.
Madhuri Kumari is asking, do we have to learn machine learning in order to work with AI?
So machine learning is subset of AI. So it is, you don't necessarily have to, if at all you want to see. I have shown, like, there is like part where you have IoT sensors where you are sending the data, or uh, there are other technologies like computer vision and all. So which differs from ML. So yes, means you don't necessarily have to learn that. So AI is a vast field. Machine learning is just a subset of AI.
And one more question repeatedly asking Jagannathan, how
Mhm.
can we stop AI when it becomes more dangerous to human? Repeating once again.
So
How can we stop AI when it becomes more dangerous to human in future?
so I think uh, it can be taken care while you develop such a systems. So and you follow certain guidelines while developing that system. So uh, that uh, that has to be taken care of while developing, and then it might help. Like, if you know that Facebook had these chatbots which they created, then later this chatbot started, two chatbots were there, I guess, and they started talking to each other in some different language, and Facebook had to shut down. So there could be some scenarios like might happen like this. But then I believe that uh, following certain practices and certain guidelines while developing such a system uh, might help to prevent it to not to cause any danger to human.
Yes.
For example, there was a auto driving car, which killed some humans. So making sure that if such a car runs in the road, that car will have highest possible accuracy, so it will not cause danger to humans. So that is our responsibility.
And Nitya is asking, ma'am, how does this digital twin created? What is the key thing of this digital twin?
So DTDL model is the key thing of this digital twin. So my screen is shared, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
you can it's a DTDL language used by so it's micro so you can use DTDL language where you can model, and you have to just upload this model to digital where you have created the digital twin in Azure. So DTDL is the key thing where you define attributes and define relations.
Right. Well. Next, one more here question. How Vinay Kumar is asking, how can AI is used in recommendation systems using deep learning?
How see when we have seen in the first image, deep learning is a part of AI. When you say deep, so it is subset. So when you say that you have recommendation system, it is trained on uh, deep learning model. So when you are giving machine ability to reason, that's what you call AI two. So these are like I think it happens like we get confused and we try to differentiate, but these things are just a subset of AI. They
Okay.
are subset of AI.
Yes, yes. Next, Harshita is asking, does digital twin requires any coding skills?
No, you have to just learn DTDL language, and that language is very easy. You just have to learn few things like how you can define those objects, how you can define those relationships, and knowing that you can create a twin. And there are some even videos on YouTube, even Fleet Manager, what I have the use case I have showed. You can just go and check it on YouTube, that the end to end uh, implementation is given. And then Microsoft Azure also provides free access to their services, so you can try it out. It will
Anup,
not need any coding skill
okay.
to create a twin other than DTDL language.
Anupriya Reddy, she is
Mhm.
asking, ma'am, what is the future work of digital twin?
So uh, it is evolving. I think uh, integrating it with AI is one such a thing, but yeah, there could be multiple use cases, and then there could be multiple advancement for digital twin too. Yes.
And one more question from Sai Karthik. Good evening, madam. Do you think AI can play vital role in developing virtual reality, like motion aspects of body, etc.?
Um, Actually, I don't have much knowledge of that field, so I I I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I might, yeah. So if it's
Yes.
okay, I will just check and just let him know. Yeah, or you can just just post it and send it to my mail ID. Yeah.
So, one compliment from Medhi. Wonderful session, madam. And
Thank you. Thank you so
Jyoti
much.
Mara Reddy.
Mm.
Ma'am, is AI useful in every sector?
Most of the sectors, I would say. And there are still many companies which are still at the phase where they are collecting data. So this phase comes first. Even companies try to do this analytics. First thing comes is like you placing sensors and then gathering the data. So there are multiple organizations as well, or there are some fields where you are still not there, or you just are reaching that phase of placing the sensors and collecting the data. So to answer your question, no, till as of now, there are many sectors and even some organizations too, which are not there yet.
Yes, yes. So most of the questions I covered. So
Mhm.
few compliments, wonderful session, madam, from
Thank you very
Harin
much.
Bhai Mehdi. Jyoti, excellent session, madam. And one last question. Surya is asking, ma'am, automation is a part of AI? Question mark.
Yes, yes, it also comes under AI.
Okay. And one last I can say, Nitya is asking, ma'am, role of AI in ISRO?
But, it's huge, you know. You know that they have sent now Chandrayaan 3 and it had collected some data. So you will have to do some analytics on that, right? Or there are uh, AI will AI is it. There are multiple use cases in ISRO for AI ML.
Yes. And most of the people, they are saying, wonderful session, madam, informative session. Thank you very much,
Thank you
madam.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for providing me this opportunity. I really appreciate. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Just wait a minute on the line. I request Sri K. Harish Reddy to propose vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all. Uh, I, K. Harish Reddy, Assistant Professor of Tripoli and co-convener of this FDP, take it a privilege to propose vote of thanks. I feel it privileged to thank each and everyone for attending 1 week international level faculty development program on Introduction to Artificial Intelligence during 9th October to 14th October 2023, organized by Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering in association with NI LabVIEW Academy of GPREC, Department of Emerging Technologies in Computer Science and Department of ECE. First of all, I would like to thank our resource person, Ms. Preeti Shinde, Senior Engineer, NOR BIMSE Technology Center, for dedicating her valuable time with us. Thank you, madam. Also thank our Honorable Chairman Sri P. Subbareddy Garu of G. Pullareddy Engineering College for supporting financially. Thank you, sir. I thank our principal Dr. B. Srinivas Reddy Garu for providing logistics. Thank you, sir. I thank Head of Triple Department Dr. K. Sri Gauri Madam for her continuous support. I thank Head of ECS Department Dr. R. Praveen Sham sir for his continuous support. I also thank Head of ECE Department Dr. S. Nagarajurao sir for his continuous support. Thank you, sir. I also thank all the HODs, professor in charges of various cells of our college and faculty. I thank to Dr. Abid Naimuddin, convener of the FDP, and co-conveners Sri K. Srikant sir, Sri A. Vishnuvardhan Reddy sir, Dr. S.M. Shamshir Dawla sir, Dr. B.V. Arun Kumar sir, and all the organizing members of this FDP for their efforts in making this function a grand success. I thank all the participants for attending this FDP, and I thank those who supported directly and indirectly in making this FDP a grand success. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Abid Naimuddin, convener of FDP, to take over the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So once again, I thank all the participants and the organizers and our HOD, Dr. K. Gauri Madam, and today's speaker, Preeti Shinde. Here is the end of today's session. S- Thank you very much. And I request all the participants, feedback link has been posted in the live chat box. So please fill the feedback by 9 a.m. Sorry, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you. Feedback will be considered for attendance. So hence I request all the participants to fill the feedback.